As an Arrested Development fan, there's only one way that I can say the name of this movie, and it's Her?
Her?
Hi, my name is Kyle. I'm currently counting down my 40 favorite films since I was born. If you want to find out why and how I'm doing that, go back to the first video. I'll explain everything to you there. Spike Jonze is one of my favorite filmmakers. Let's not get it. Spike Jonze is a bit weird in what he finds interesting to make movies about. His first feature-length movie was Being John Malkovich, where people literally could open up a door and become John Malkovich, the actor. This movie is a little bit less weird than that, although it's still kind of weird because the way that it was marketed is basically a man falls in love with Siri. It should be noted that when this movie came out, that technology on smartphones at the very least was very, very new. And from the very get-go, I thought that Her was such a great examination of this thing that wasn't really being talked about, at least maybe not in the circles I ran in, which is one of the allures of personal technology, smartphones, tablets, even computers, is that at the dark of night, no matter what you search on Google, no matter what you ask it to do, it does it for you, and it does it for you without judgment. And that reliance on technology, without having to go to a person and ask them to do something for you. Could you imagine if in order to Google something, you needed to go to a person and say, yes, I would like to search for the following terms. No one would search for anything except for the most brazen among us. And therefore, because it really brings out that personal technology, it only makes sense that in the very near future, people could fall in love, what they think is love, with their technology. So yes, that is the starting off point of this film. A lonely man basically starts a relationship with his online personal assistant. But I think this movie goes so far into investigating that in a much more sincere and honest way than maybe what that goofy premise thinks it's going to be about. This is a man that is deeply alone in his grief. He finds solace in online activities, and so when he installs this new operating system onto his phone and he's actually given a chance to express his emotions, is able to have these conversations, and again, without that judgment coming into play, then of course you're going to find some deeper attachment to that disembodied voice. I think this is one of the more subdued Joaquin Phoenix performances. I think he does such a great job in the little things that he does. I also love the muted, almost like pastel colors throughout this movie. And the other thing I think it does so smart is that because this is the near future, we're seeing old technology along with the new technology that's being introduced. And another shout out that I'm going to give is the score to this film, which is done by Owen Pallett, as well as some of the members of Arcade Fire. I love this score. How about you? What are your thoughts on Her? What are some of your near future stories that you fall in love with here in the past? Tomorrow, we get into some real hard sci-fi.
Are you social or antisocial?
I guess I haven't really been social in a while. Mostly because...
In your voice, I sense hesitance. Would you agree with that?